Hey everybody, this is WCWABossman here, and this video that I'm going to do today is about not wrestling, not me being a disabled person and my take on the world and views of that nature, but it's going to be about a topic that's in the news today, which is the fact that David Ortiz of the Boston Red Sox apparently tested positive in 2003 for some form of performance-enhancing drug. Now, the reason why I'm having an opinion on this is, yes, I am a Red Sox fan. I will admit that. But I'm bringing it up because I've been online and I see that there's a ton of Yankee fans and a ton of fans all over Major League Baseball now saying that David Ortiz should be suspended. And here's my argument as to why all this logic is flawed in my opinion. Now granted, this is a disclaimer here. I am a Red Sox fan, but I'm trying to look at this from an objective point of view. Okay? So let's continue. Now, apparently, David Ortiz tested positive for some sort of performance-enhancing drug in 2003. Now that that's been stated, there's been fans on message boards and everything saying that David Ortiz should now be suspended. A high percentage of these fans are Yankees fans who have A-Rod, who tested positive, and then they used to have Jason Giambi, who also tested positive. And during this era too, if I'm not mistaken, they had a couple other players who also tested positive. I'm not sure, but I know Jason Giambi did. And the fact is, okay, when that happened, especially with Jason Giambi, I mean, Red Sox fans didn't go out saying, let's suspend him for 50 games, let's do this, let's do that. I mean, we voiced displeasure about it, but we didn't want to hang him from the nearest yardarm. And same thing with A-Rod this spring, when it came out that he tested positive most recently. We had our things to say, but we didn't clamor for his suspension at all. But then again, where was his suspension? You know? Seriously. Is it because he's A-Rod and he's apparently so important to baseball that they didn't suspend him? Because, you know what, even though Manny's not a Red Sox anymore, he got nailed and then suspended for 50 games. Why not A-Rod? That's something I'm going to mention here. And then another thing I want to mention is, for the people that want David Ortiz suspended, he tested positive in 2003. It is now 2009. There's a 6-year gap from where he tested positive till now. Okay? I know David Ortiz has said thing about steroids in the past. That, you know, guys should be suspended and blah, 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 blah. But you can't tell me that you have definitive proof that since there's been more stringent steroid testing, that David Ortiz has taken steroids. Because you know what? His productions went way down. His powers went down considerably. He's been hurt a couple times. And he's fatter. And there's nothing to indicate that he's doing performance-enhancing drugs Now, if he is, I'll be the first one to say suspend him. But for now, because it's a 6-year gap, and because his production and his effectiveness as a baseball player is way down, I would say to all the Yankee fans that want David Ortiz suspended, they're just eating sour grapes because a lot of people don't really, it's not a real shock to them anymore. And the reason why I think it's not a real shock to them anymore, because fans of Major League Baseball aren't blind to the fact that there may be one or two guys on every single baseball team. That includes the Red Sox, that includes the Yankees, that includes every team in Major League Baseball, that still are quite possibly doing them. So, I don't see why people gotta be all up in arms, especially Yankee fans, since we, for lack of a better term, we treated your players that were nailed for steroids no different than you did. And we weren't clamoring for their suspensions. So why do you gotta lay on Red Sox fans? Because we're Red Sox fans and we've won 2 world titles in the past couple years? Because we have a better, more loyal fan base than the Yankee fans? Because we have a more traditional, historic stadium? Because we're a better run organization? Is that why you gotta beat on us? I don't know. But I encourage Yankee fans to debate me if you want. I have no problem with it. Just don't use profane language. Because therefore, if you do that, your argument, if I see that, goes right out the window to me, and I won't respond. Because I won't do the same thing to you. So, debate me if you want, but please rate this video, comment on it, and I'll catch you all next time. Thanks.